afternoon. It's Monday, the 5th of April. Is it the 5th? Yes, the 5th. Which means it's the start of my buddy read with Ada for the Hero of Ages. I can't wait to dive into this book. This is book number 3 in the original Mistborn trilogy. I have loved this trilogy so much, so I can't wait to finish it off and get this chunker off my TBR shelf. Because I am buddy reading, obviously I can't go ahead of what we've agreed to read. So today I have to read up to, well, I can read up to page 103, which should be doable as Gav is doing his reading sprints again. So, and with me not working tomorrow, I can stay up later. I have been thinking, and I'm going to do the spinny thing again, well, the spinny wheel, just because if I finish 100 pages, well, these pages, and I'm like, oh my god, I want to keep reading, I don't want to force myself to stop, because then I might not pick this up again tomorrow. But that's the blessing of it being a buddy read. If I don't read tomorrow, I'll feel bad because I feel like I'm letting Ada down, even though I know she'll message me saying, you're not letting me down. But I don't want to let her down. Well, feel like I'm letting her down. So it's a go. Book 3, Mistborn. In the first book, the Final Empire, you're following Kelsier and Vin. Kelsier is a Mistborn who has control over metals and can use them kind of like magic. Vin is an orphan on the streets, and there's a rebellion, and the Dark Lord won, and it's so good. It's I think it's the first adult sci-fi fantasy that I've read. If you ever see my Goodreads and you look through my read and you go, Michelle, adult sci-fi, I'm sorry, but I think it is. I didn't think I would like it just because of how big it is, but I'm enjoying it a lot more. And Sanderson is a big writer in this booktube community, let's not lie, he is. So I did think maybe is it up to the hype? I get the hype, I get it because it's a real good book and it's a real good series, and he's wrote so many books in the Cosmere-verse, I think it's called. I understand the hype, but sometimes people do take it to extremes. But anyway, so I cannot wait to dive in. It's 3:15. Gab's sprint start in a couple of hours, so I might just wait for them to start, or I might read before, but who knows. But I will update you when I have read them. Monday evening, I've read my bit for today. Revelations have happened. Tidbits of information that I've just, it's not even like, it's not there for you to notice, I don't think, but it's just saying you read it and you just stop and you just go, did I read that right? Did I read that right? Yeah. Tidbits of information. Elend is acting like he has the biggest head in the world, but I've been speaking to Ada and we have a couple of theories about that. We're also following other characters who I didn't think we would follow. We're following Marsh, and he's revealing things, and I'm just like, oh. Which then connects to stuff that you're learning through Vin and Elend, and you're just like, oh, right, okay. I do want to carry on reading, but I've got to the page I said I would to Ada, so I'm not going to carry on. Ada, I haven't carried on. I've finished at 103. So yeah, it's only 20 to 10. I've yawned a couple of times, but I don't feel tired. So I'm going to fill in my reading journal because I got a couple of books at the weekend because I finally saw friends and got my Christmas presents. So I need to put them in my book for books hauled. But I am going to pick up another book tonight. So the next thing you will see will be this spinny wheel of decision making. I don't know why you call it that. Hello, so you have just seen that the spinning wheel chose The Art of Dying as my book to read alongside The Hero of Ages. I've worked out I need to read about 60 pages each day to finish this in 7 days. So I think that's what I'm going to do. But I've literally just read the first the first paragraph in the prologue, and this line stands out so much. There is not a woman in this realm who does not understand what it is to be afraid. No, not even she who reigns over us, for she was not born sovereign. She was born a girl, and that is why I can be sure that even she has known the fear and the helplessness of being subject to man's dominion. Yes, I already know I'm going to like this book so much just from that sentence. But that's my update for now, just from one paragraph. I've read my 60 pages. I didn't see half of what I've read so far coming. Basically, the big change in Sarah I did not see coming. Yeah, that's going to be interesting going forward between her and Raven. That chapter that's being read from that person's front. Wow. No, really intriguing, and I kind of liked it because I had so many questions after finishing the Hero of Ages for today, and I've been talking to Ada about it. That reading this, because this doesn't have as much information as the Hero of Ages, not that this isn't informative, but it's just different. It kind of helped me put my thoughts together for the Hero of Ages, but Ada keeps reminding me to read the back of the book because it's got summaries of what's happened in the past too, and I keep forgetting to look back there because but yeah, no, I'm kind of glad I'm reading 2 books at the same time because it'll help me. I definitely think reading a different genre book while reading the Hero of Ages is going to help me kind of put my thoughts together while reading that book. Yeah. As you can see, I'm very tired, Charlotte. It's 10 to 11, so I'm going to go to bed because, yeah, I've got things to do tomorrow. But I will update you when I have read tomorrow. Hello. It's Sunday. You're probably thinking, Michelle, why haven't you updated in a week? Well, do you remember the pain in my head that I complained about last Sunday? Turns out it wasn't my cyst, well, my oil glands. Turned out I had, well, still have, an infected hair follicle, which I didn't know could exist, but according to my doctors, is very common. May as well give you the long story. On Monday night, once I'd finished updating you all, I'd felt a bit of sharp skin out what I thought, because I have psoriasis. It's not dry skin, it's psoriasis. So I thought, and sometimes it does get bad, so I thought, oh god, it's a big bit here, I need to properly scrub the skin, but I'll try and get this off now. Once I feel like I have to get it off, I'm weird. No, I won't show you the pictures because it was disgusting, but wasn't dry skin. Ripped out basically the hair follicles and some of the infection. So I rang the doctors on the Tuesday and they rang me back at 4:15 after asking for pictures of what I had found, well, taken out my head. I sent it to him. I'd gone to my sister's because I was worried, and she checked my head and she was like, it's not, your cyst hasn't burst, I don't know what it is, but I'll just clean it up. And she did clean it up a little bit. I speak to doctors and straight away was like, yeah, it's an infected hair follicle. I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, he went, I see it about twice a week. So he gave me antibiotics, penicillin, and a cream for my wound. Probably not bothered, but I may as well give you all the information. At that time, literally, the only thing that kind of saw that there was something wrong was the wound in my head and the bit of pain. I had no fever, which she was surprised at. I wasn't sleepy, I wasn't anything. And then I took my first tablet. And literally within 24 hours of me starting the tablets, and the cream, well, let's be honest, more like the tablets. Obviously penicillin, it doesn't just attack the bad cells, i.e. the infection, it attacks the good cells as well. So basically within 24 hours I had a raging fever which didn't disappear until Friday, as in Friday was the only day where I only suffered for about 6 hours with it, and that was then it went. That sounds bad, but compared to Wednesday and Thursday where I literally couldn't leave my bed without shivering and literally my face was on fire but my body was cold, I had constant dizziness, which today, touch wood, is the first day where I have no dizziness. It got so bad on Thursday, literally Thursday I think was the worst day. I couldn't attentively move my head in bed without feeling like I was going to pass out. Obviously that's a sign of your body fighting the infection, obviously, but it's penicillin attacks the good cells as well, like I said, so I did have some side effects there, nothing to worry about, but I've had to deal with that, so I haven't had the energy really to update. I have, however, finished Hero of Ages, which is surprising. I haven't finished The Art of Dying. I think I'm about 20% of the way through, so I'll carry on that next week. Literally the title of this vlog, as you will see, is going to be The Week My Body Said No. But yeah, no, I finished it. I didn't read anything Thursday, I think, because I remember messaging Ada and she was like, no, don't worry about it. She's like, how are you feeling? And when I told her, she was like, yeah, you need to rest, not read. So thank you, Ada. But as I started feeling better, I was like, I want to read. I've actually got Maddie Sprints on in the background. How many minutes is it? Oh, 16 minutes. 16 minutes left, I can talk to you all. I'm not going to talk to you for 16 minutes. This is the third and final book in the Mistborn trilogy. One, did I enjoy it as much as the other two? Yes. Although, going to be honest, the ending a little bit was like tiny bit of a letdown. I saw some of what happened. Me and Ada have been talking about this. We were kind of like, these things need to happen, otherwise it's not going to be a good book. Some of the things we talked about didn't happen at all. We kind of got that wildly wrong. But some of the things we talked about happened in the end. I do struggle around the 280 to 480 mark. Them 200 pages are a bit like, They had to be there, obviously, but it was a bit like cloggy to get through. Separated it into 100 odd pages each section per day, worked perfectly fine. I think if I hadn't done that, I would have struggled to get through this book. 5 stars though, no. It's the end. Well, it's obviously it's that sloggy bit as well, but the end it's yeah. I kind of read what happened to certain person and I was just like, what the frig did I just read? Literally that was it, and then you have the epilogue and I was just like, I literally finished this book and I just went, what did I just read? What? So yeah, was it a good finish to this trilogy? Yes. Majority of the ending couldn't have gone any other way for it to be resolved. Also, I can't say too much because it's the last book, so of course, obviously spoilers for the first two, but for it to be resolved, that ending had to happen. And again, like I said, it was something me and Ada had been talking about for the week. We saw it coming. We were like, this has to happen. Ada might have different thoughts actually. She's not finished her book yet, so I can't talk to her about it. But from my seeing, that's it. I know the second trilogy in the Mistborn era is set like hundreds or even thousand years after this ending of this one. And I know how that first book set up because I have read that. That has no spoilers. Well, it has spoilers, but it doesn't have spoilers because it's kind of like, well, I knew that was going to happen anyway. So I kind of know now how that's been set up. But I know you're not meant to read the second Mistborn trilogy straight after this one because basically all of Sanderson's works comes under the Cosmere, I want to say, and all his series have Easter eggs, I believe, that connect to each other. And you don't have to read them in any particular order, I do believe, although I do think it's meant to be, I think there's like so many different ways you can read them. I know a lot of people read, I think, Mistborn, then Elantris, which is his first book, and then I don't know what the next series is. Am I going to carry on with Sanderson? Yes, but not anytime soon. I have so many books to read, I can't put more chunkers on the TBR, so I will probably read more Sanderson near the end of the year or even at the beginning of next year, because I do want to read more. I'd want to get to basically the second Mistborn trilogy, but if it's all connected, I kind of do want to read the full universe. Although saying that, there's bloody loads of them. I think it's about 15 at the moment, I think. I might be wrong. Or that might be the final number, I don't know. So yeah. But that is a good... That's another series complete off my books. Off my shelves even. Am I gonna read any more of this today? Yeah. So it's only 3:20, so I could probably read more. I might read until, yes, I'm going to read about another 70 pages of this today, and then I will wrap this vlog up. I'm enjoying what I'm reading so far. Some of it a bit later, but I'm enjoying what I'm reading so far of this one. I didn't give you a star rating for The Hero of Ages. As you can tell, I'm still a bit like, ugh. Not bad, but yeah, as you can tell, my face is also awful. But yeah, no, I think I will give this a 4.5 stars. So obviously it'll have to go down to 5 stars on Goodreads, but yeah, 4.5 stars. So I will next update you when I have read this one. Well, I've read more of this one, I should say. It's 6:15, so I thought I'll do my final update for Sunday and this vlog. I'm now 50% of the way through. I am loving it. There has been little twists that I kind of have seen coming, and I'm pretty sure one of the twists isn't going to turn out to be what I think it is. I think I'm a bit... The big storyline, I'm a bit like... It's just from knowing from the first book what the medical industry, I'll say, was like in Edinburgh at that time from that first book. It's a bit like what's being done in this book. It's not even... The clearing Simpson's name, basically Simpson's being painted as a murderer. So knowing what's being done to Dr. Simpson, that's not a spoiler, it's on the back of the book. And knowing what the industry was like from the first book, I'm kind of sat there going, but if there are people who wouldn't believe this, they would come out and say it. There wouldn't be this, secrecy. It's like, the relationship with Will and Sarah, I'm still shocked at that big reveal near the beginning, and what's happening there, and and then that other person, I am fascinated by their chapters. But yeah, I'm gonna stop this vlog here because I think I've got about half an hour of footage now, and I need to edit and upload. So, a topsy-turvy week, I will say. The week my body said no. That's going to be... I think I've already mentioned this. I'm pretty sure that's going to be my title. But if you like this video, please give it a like. If you want to comment anything, comment down below. Nothing medical, please. As you can tell, I need a drink. My voice is getting croaky. But yeah, I will upload my March wrap up this Wednesday, for coming Wednesday, because obviously I didn't upload last Wednesday. But until my next video, bye guys.